Hey guys, as I'm sure that you are all aware, or should be, today was the beginning of Nerd Christmas. It was E3. All of the bigwigs in the gaming industry, men and women from all over, game developers, game companies, Microsoft, Sony, just duking it out. It was really good. It's just when all the bigwigs come together and they tell you amazing things about what's to come in the future of gaming, the future of consoles, and the future of games themselves. These things last like 12 hours. The first day, anyways. It goes for a few days where people get to test out the games and whatnot. I'm assuming all of you already know that. There's a lot of online hate right now between the Microsoft and Sony battle because they're not really best friends if you think about it. They both had great conferences. I'm not really picking one either way right now. I mean, right now I have an Xbox 360. I've had a PlayStation. I've had a PS2. I never had the PS3, but I've played one before a few times. But they both had great conferences. I don't think either console killed the other. I mean, that's just a really harsh way to put it. But let me break it down for you. One thing that people were really upset over, no pre-owned games. That whole issue, scandal thing going on right now. From what I've read, they initially put it in the hands of the video game developers, which would also affect PlayStation 4 because developers aren't going to be like, you guys can do it, but you guys can't. So that's one thing that I feel is still up in the air, regardless of what they said about it today. I just feel like that's still a confusing issue for people, so I think there's a lot that still needs to be worked out there. Another issue I've been hearing is that with Microsoft, that you always have to be online to play. Guess what, guys? They've been doing that for so long now. There's a lot of games, specific games that require to have an online pass in order to play them now. It's not an issue. At least not for me. I mean, like most people that I know that have Xboxes have Xbox Live. They specialize in online gaming and first-person shooters, the ones that you play online with your friends. So most people that have Xbox Live already, and the people that don't, I mean, it's got perks, you guys. And PlayStation Network is not free anymore, or at least it won't be. So that issue didn't really matter to me. So to say that Sony killed Microsoft, I don't really, it just didn't resonate well because I don't believe that either one, killed the other. Another thing was the all-seeing eye, aka the Connect 2 sensor that every Xbox is required to have. They all come with it, or the Xbox One, sorry. And that was, raising a lot of privacy concerns, but I think that they've cooled down a lot because, yes, your Xbox can completely power down. No, your Kinect is not always listening or always watching. It can also be shut off. So rest easy. And then PlayStation. This is why I don't think that it's fair to say that they killed them, because most of the negative parts of Xbox One, they're not like that negative. Microsoft is actually developmentally, or I guess evolution-wise, in the lead of the gaming industry, just because that stuff is bound to occur on all consoles eventually. It's inevitable. At least, I mean, that's the way that I see that it's going. And they have Twitch streaming capability now, which is really cool because that's one of the biggest and best enablers of streaming. So that'll be cool. And then PlayStation 4, yeah, their network might be cheaper now, but you do still have to pay for it. They both have great exclusives, but I think the only thing that Sony had that blew Microsoft out of the water, the Kingdom Hearts 3 being in development, and the fact that you can have pre-owned games, which is still kind of, it's feeling a little bit wishy-washy. Other than that, they both had really good conferences. And granted, the price tag is another issue. The Xbox One is $100, $100 in front of the PS4. And that's one thing that doesn't really sit well in the pockets of the people. That's a really big price gap. But there's pros and cons with every system. But yeah, I want to hear your guys' pros and your guys' cons I haven't been sold really either way. I think that it's too soon to tell because both consoles are thriving and still alive, and that's great. So bring me more E3 because I will be streaming for the next 2 days. I'm just gonna be glued right here. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. What games you're looking forward to. That's the thing I'm most interested in. Killer is Dead, the new Grasshopper manufacturer. Dead Rising 3, Halo, Kingdom Hearts, whenever that is due to come out. I don't know if it had a release date or not. Battlefield 4. I'm not excited for Call of Duty because if you watched these videos before, I'm just over it. So if it's good, then that's awesome. But if it's not, then you know. But yeah, there's so many cool games coming out, and it makes me excited because the graphics were beautiful. If any of you guys watched that, it's just so cool. I was sitting in front of the TV and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like every time something happened. But yeah, I want to know your opinions, what games you guys are looking forward to, what you feel about Microsoft, what you feel about Sony, how you feel the presentations were, the announcements, what got you really excited, what you're not excited for. But yeah, let me know because I'm interested. Happy E3, everybody.